what's up, guys? Peace and blessings. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Hope you guys enjoying y'all day today. I decided to come on just maybe a little hour. I was gonna come on tomorrow because I wanted to make sure that I watch Love and Marriage in Huntsville tonight before I go ahead and do this live right here. But it's some things that I want to go ahead and talk about. So before I continue, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Let me go ahead and play the 30-second countdown again, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into my commentary. And sorry about being late, guys. Look like I never get it together, but I already had it set for tomorrow. But I decided to come on right now. So let me go ahead and play the 30-second countdown, and we can go ahead and start. Okay, guys, I am back. I see my girls in the house, Starbucks lovers, saying hello, Lady D in chat. Guys, look, I got so much to talk about. Like I said, this right here, this is a lot. And I'm going to see how I'm going to go ahead and break it down because keep, I hate to say I told you so. It look like all the time, I told you so. And most of the times, when I call something, trust me, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. And also, I'm gonna start doing videos. And in the videos, I just dropped a video, upload a video not too long ago. I hope you guys go ahead and check it out. Where I'm gonna do, like just put some questions and some riddles inside of the videos, because we got to be aware, man. I mean, we got people trying to, attack people's channel and which they already done attacked this already. So I know the rule. Okay. My channel been down for almost like 6 months. And like I said, I know exactly what to do. So don't try to come for me. Don't even try to come for this channel. And like I say, this right here is my backup channel. You're not going to take me off of my throne, over these reality shows just because you want to go ahead and take it personal, Lee. That's something on you. Just like they're trying to come for my brother, Eagle soaring high, but we gonna keep him in prayer because it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all because half of these people, like I say, they're miserable, and we already know that miserable loves company. But make sure you go ahead and check out that video that I upload. I'm trying to, put that message in. Now I understand exactly, what the Bible says, how we have to, be careful, especially when it comes to our words. When I always come out and tell you guys that, we have to take the foolish things of this world to go ahead and conform the wise. And also, we have to be careful, especially the words that comes out our mouth when it says, "He that have an ear, let him hear." So sometimes we just got to change things up, especially when it comes to social media. We don't own, like I say, even though this might be our platform, but we don't own, this site. So this is their house. So we have to respect their house. And also we got a bunch of trolls, a bunch of trolls that would, try to attack, your channel just because they don't like how you give a review. But like I said, at the end of the day, these people don't know you from a can of paint. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content if you are getting, truth. Because like I said, I try to stand on my truth. My channel is not for everyone, and if you hear trying to get your ears tickled, you on the wrong channel. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can go at least an hour. I want to go ahead and talk about this right here that came to my attention with Letitia, how she's trying to, get her little charity thing together called Black Exposed. And I want to talk about this right here because, I saw the preview how, at the end they all came together, except Mel. And like I said, this is not to batch, not to go ahead and attack Mel. It is what it is, and the show must go on, as you can see when it comes to the Scots and Letitia. It looked like she's putting her degree to use. She's not just letting it just set on a mantle. She's doing her business, and I'm glad that now they are allowing Tisha to come out of her cocoon, which I think that she's doing pretty good. I don't care what the haters are saying out there. She's doing good. She's trying to revamp the show, put it back to its original form, and that's the comeback group or whatever group that they want to go ahead and start, which I think the comeback group just go ahead and let them bones just stay exactly where it's at. That's how I look at it. It's out with the old and into the new. And I want to talk a little bit about it. I put a little clips together, and yes, I'm going to do animation because I don't want my channel to be attacked. And I put all these clips on, and before you know it, then I'm back in trouble. So it is what it is. So you're going to see some animation clips, which we got to do. We got to do. But let me go ahead and I'm going to play a little bit, so guys, and I'm gonna comb through it. But this picture right here, before I get into it, this picture, as you can see, with Martell and Kimmy. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. This picture right here with Martell and Kimmy. You can see that they look like they was not happy at all. And I don't know why Martell, he seems to still go hard for Melanie. I understand that, that's his ex-wife, but all the hell, that you are going through, how Melanie pretty much is trying to stop your bags and put you in jail, and I'm going to say allegedly, he's still fighting hard. So I just been questioning a lot of stuff that's going on, especially when it comes to this show. I don't know if all this right here is just a part of an act, just to go ahead and grab these bags. But the truth gonna come out, because the truth is showing right now, especially when it comes to those ratings. You cannot sit there and try to build a solid foundation off a lie. Sooner or later, you're going to be exposed. And that's exactly what's being right now, because they came together supposedly, because of a comeback group, Black entrepreneurs. And before you know it, they made it all about Mel and Martell infidelity. And I want you to go ahead and make sure you watch these videos that I'm going to drop, because it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be some little hidden codes inside of it, where it's going to make you think. And I want you guys to make sure, when I upload those videos, just look at them, just don't look at it, just as, I'm dropping videos, I'm trying to get the message without sitting there, you know what I'm saying. He that have an ear, let him hear. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff now when it comes to Martell. I just hope that Martell, he was not a part of all the stuff that I think, and I'm going to say allegedly, just to go ahead and get this show together, and you using people as a pawn. I just hope not, because if not, trust me, karma will be your worst nightmare. And one thing that we know when it comes to Ariane Curry, Ariane does not play. But you can see that Kimmy, Kimmy is not happy. Just look at Kimmy's face. And for some reason, I do not think that Kimmy really cares for Letitia. And the only reason why, she's with Letitia, because of the two brothers, because we already know how Kimmy feels when it comes to Letitia. So I don't think that these two, really well, I know Letitia do, but I don't think that Kimmy really likes her. Kimmy, You can see it all in her face. But let me go ahead and I'm going to comb through some of the videos, and I so we can go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that's going on. And I'm gonna try to see if I can go ahead and do it within an hour because I was gonna come on tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get through it right now. So let me see if I can go ahead and pull up. Let me go ahead and share the screen so we can go ahead and talk about this right here. This is Black Expo. This is the little charity event that Letitia she is trying to go ahead and get together. She was trying to get Mel on, but Mel wanted to she wanted to get paid. And when you do charity, I love to do charity work because my reward comes from God, so not from man. And the more you give, the more you receive. So let me see if I can go ahead and we're gonna comb through this right here. Make sure Starbucks. Let me know if you still there. Can you hear me good on the mic? So let me go ahead and play a little bit of this right here, and we're gonna go and I'm gonna go ahead and comb through some of this stuff right here. So give me a little minute to go ahead and get it together. Okay. So let me play a little bit. So like I said, I just made it in an animation form, and the reason why I did that because I don't want no copyright strikes, and which I one view. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and play this right quick. So like I was saying, this right here, this is Kimmy and Martell. Martell hurry up and threw in Melanie's name, saying that the s- that Stormy and her husband is replacing Melody, but they gave Melody the opportunity to be a part of it, but Melody, she didn't want to be. So, like I said, Kimmy was not going to stop the show just because Melody, she did not want to be a part of it. And as you can see, pretty much they all they are pretty much tired, and you can see that Melody she does not want to film with him. So if Melody does not want to film with him, why they keep hunting her down, why they keep begging her to be a part of that show. If she feel like she's outgrown that show, then just like Nene Leakes and Mariah Hugh on Married to
Still backed
Madison.
out.
Ooh,
However,
that scared me. That scared me. Oh my God. So guys, bear with me. And the reason why I did it like this because like I said, we got to do what we got to do. Okay.
we got Stormy and Courtney in place, so I think Marissa's happy about this. We're all happy.
So you heard what Letitia said. They all happy. So if they happy and the environment is good to have Stormy and her husband a part of this event, then oh well.
We're here because we're looking at the center for the Black Business Expo. I would like for you to be a part of
Like be the
it.
replacement for Melody.
No, I didn't say that.
Now you see how Martell. Now why didn't Martell have to go and throw that in the mix? Martell, let go, and that's why for some reason something is just. I mean, something's just not right with this picture right here. It is coming across like I don't know if this is a fake storyline. I just don't know. I whatever it is, trust me, the truth's gonna come back. If Martell and Melanie, they are just keeping this up and they using others, and I'm gonna say it like that, then it's gonna backfire. It's as you can see right here, it's backfiring.
I didn't say that. I'm down. I'm gay. I love doing stuff like this. It's for like the community and like business. Yeah.
And this part right here, when I saw Letitia went and hugged Stormy, I mean, my heart just melted because, like I said, I believe that they can revamp. This show can go on. It does not have to stop just because. one person, do not want to film. And if you continue, having this bad energy in, all it's going to do is just bring it down. And they have no fault, nobody to fault but themselves, because they took this show, and what they did was they took it into a very dark place, and no way in the world that they could be able to come from that, unless, like I said, somebody else have to take initiative. And as you can see right here, it's Letitia. I believe that Letitia is going to go ahead and put this show back on track. No way in the world that they would have went ahead and put the ball in her hand if they didn't see it. And I just hope when it comes to Marcel is the only one that can go ahead and tear it apart, because Letitia, she's getting it together. Letitia is all about business. Letitia is all about family. And I believe that if all of them come on board and follow her lead, and nobody trying to sit there and outdo each other, they're gonna get this show back on track. Some people, they may not want to hear it, but it is what it is.
Speaking my language.
And like Letitia said, I don't know if you guys can hear, this is the best that I can do for so far. Like I said, I don't own the copyrights of all this stuff right here, so I have to do what I need to do. But Letitia, what
Go
she
back
said,
out.
she said that Stormy is speaking her language. Stormy is on board. Stormy got the money. She got a business, and they can help in the community. They all can come together and help in the community. You don't have to get paid, because when people helping you, they supporting you, you're going to get 7 times more back by just, giving at least something back to your community, the people that supporting you, the people that is the cost of you where you are today. So why you can't give back? Why you have to get paid? Why you want to do a virtual call? And nowhere in the world. And I'm glad that Letitia has said no. If you're not going, told Mel, if you're not going to be in person, then no makes no sense for you being at all. But I was getting sick and tired. They pretty much got to go and cater to her. Put the gloves on, but it's time for them to go ahead and take the gloves off. Because if not, like I said, all they're going to do is bring this show completely down. And before you know it, it's going to be off air. And a lot of people saying, oh, that they won't watch. Yeah, you'll watch it. Trust me, because people love to see drama. They love to see the demise of people. And this part right here, like I said, I just add some of this stuff right here. But I want to go ahead and talk about this as well. When it came to Melody went to the Fletchers. And like I had told you guys on my last video, Nell, she needs to go and she needs to team up with Letitia and the rest of the Scots. And guys, you may not like it, but it is what it is. I'm going to speak my truth. At the end of the day, we all have opinion. This right here, to me, I look at it just like it is. It's a show. And we all have a right to our opinion. You guys may not like it, but it is what it is.
At this point since you left. Isn't it about to sale? Yeah, yeah. It's on the contract. It's on the contract. It's on the contract? We'll know today. So he would have to move again?
So I want to go ahead and talk about this part right here. Mel, she went to the Fletchers because, first of all, she wanted to see where the head was, because they also were subpoenaed by Martell when it came to the custody matter. And also, she wanted to make sure that we know that Martell might be out of his home, which I think that he's leasing it from the Fletcher. But also, they had said that Mel is leasing as well from the Fletcher. So I'm going to go ahead and say allegedly, because, like I said, I'm not that deep in these people business. But to me, when I was seeing this part right here, when I was when I was watching this part right here, it was like, why would Mel worry about what Martell is doing? Now I understand that the kids, they have in common, But still of all, if Martell go down, it's going to affect you as well because Martell going to have somewhere to have his kids. It's like Melanie to me is the only one that wants to prosper. It's like she don't wants to see Martell succeed. And that's how it's coming across to me that she wants to see Martell fall flat on his face. That's how I look at it. And nothing good is going to come out of that. That's why you seen everybody look like they running with something that she created. Just like when Melody, she came out on social media going after Ariane Curry. She should have left that for her millimeters to go in and fight her battles. She been doing it all the while, but by she's coming out, all it did was just make herself look like a fool because you calling Ariane all these names, but you stood in that relationship for at least 13 years. And like I said, out of those 13 years, half of those years, you had another woman that was in your marriage. And even if she the concubine or whatever you want to go ahead and call it, that's still your sister wife. That's still where your husband wanted to be. And most of the time, the concubine is the one that gets the most attention. To be honest, the sister wives, the mistress, they get the most attention. They get to sit there and enjoy the finer things. It reminds me of Mary and Martha. You remember Mary and Martha? It's those that familiar with the Bible. Mary, she stood at the feet of Jesus. She rests, washing his feet with her hair. If you believe in these stories, but Martha, where Martha was in the kitchen cooking. She got mad with Mary and said to Jesus, why every time when I come in, and this I'm just paraphrasing it, Mary is at your feet. Well, you could do the same thing. So we got to be careful how we make ourselves look like a fool because to me, it was just like a fool because no way in the world, which I'm going to talk about it, I wouldn't even brought that up, especially when the same woman that made my life a living hell, which, like I said, is another story to all this. We looking from the outside in. We don't know the whole entire story. We don't know what was going on because, like I said, and I tell you guys all the time, it takes two to tear down the house. So you don't know what was going in that house to make all this stuff happen because if I know that my husband is in a relationship with another woman for more than 3 years, but this was like 6 or 7 years, then something is wrong with that picture. Where were you? You mean you didn't know for 6 or 7 years he was that good in cheating where you couldn't figure it out, especially when it comes to a little small place called Huntsville? Like I say, it's a lot of stuff, guys, when it comes to this right here is very questionable. So let's go ahead and continue.
Imagine the stress. Child, that's why he probably asked me to pay for his attorney fees.
And I see she making it funny. She's saying that's most likely why Motel had asked her to pay for his attorney fees. No, Martell most likely wanted you to pay for those attorney fees because it looks like you and your millimeters, and I'm gonna say allegedly, is blocking all of his opportunities, all of his his business deals. So he cannot go out there and make a living. Then quite obvious, hey, I can't afford these attorney fees. She's the one that's the only one that's making the money. So why don't she pay it? It's the reason why I'm in this.
I need that money.
I see my girls in the house. Logical. She said, "Hello, Lady B. How are you doing, Lodge?" So let me go ahead and continue. I just came on just to spare the moment, guys. I wanted to go ahead and comb through some of this stuff because like I said, this right here, this is a lot. And then some people, they look at it from a surface part. They don't dig deep. So they really don't see the meat of it. And I see a lot of stuff that people fails to see.
Did he ask you that for real? Martell! Is he wrong? Tell me that. I love it there, honey. I just really want to know why she wanted to go to trial. So she ain't said why she wanted to go? She said she wanted full custody. Here I am having to go to war for my babies that I love on and take care of. We don't know about nothing. Then my attorney started asking about the house that he's currently in because Chris has a listed for sale. So my attorney, his thing too has been how many times has Martell moved at this point since you left? Well, isn't it about to sale? Yeah. It's on the contract. It's on the contract. It's on the contract? We'll know today. So he would have to move again? Ooh, child. Can you imagine the stress? Oh, child, that's why he probably asked me to pay for his attorney fees. I need that money. I gotta find him. Did he ask you that for real? He asked me that for real. Is he wrong? I really want to know why she wanted to go to trial. So she ain't said why she wanted to go? She said she wanted full custody. Here I am having to go to war for my babies. My attorney started asking about the house that he's currently in because Chris has a listed for sale. Can you imagine the stress?
So hold on, guys. I'm
Child,
trying
that's
to
why
see
he
if I
probably
can
asked me
get
to pay
to.
for his attorney fees.
I'm trying to
I
get
need
to
that
the
money.
part where Martell has said that Melody she wanted custody, but she wanted him to have 60 days and she have 60 days. And that's the part I'm trying to go ahead and get to. Now, what person, just like Martell said, can go 60 days without seeing their kids? 60 days, just imagine. I couldn't even go out a day without seeing my children. If my children is away from me a day, I will be calling and checking on how they doing and or all, are they all right or something like that. But like I said, it's a lot of stuff when it comes to this right here is very questionable. And I don't know why, they don't talk about it. See, they ain't not gonna talk about stuff like this. Logic says, let me see what Lodge saying. Logic says she's renting from Chris too. Yeah, Logic just said that she's renting from Chris too. So if she's renting from Chris, why is she trying to, poke fun at Martell? That's just like with the bankruptcy when she was saying about Martell filed bankrupt. And what did Ariane came out and say? You did too. And she had excuse why, but like I said, make sure you tell that to the bankruptcy court. I hope she told that to him. And like I said, this is not beating up on Melody. I'm just calling it out as I said. You air it out. You are free game. Point blank in a period.
Did he ask you that for real? He asked me that for real. Is he wrong? I don't know because I don't keep up with his finances. This is part of some of the things that, we talked about and some of the things you would have to face. You can get that divorce and go to court and try to tell them. Y'all did many a time. When we were why she wanted to go to trial. It still bothers me to this day. It's like, why did you want to go? So she ain't said why she wanted to go. She said she wanted full custody. But why would she want full custody? She ain't been saying she want full custody. The reason we're in here for custody is because your attorney and you tried to be slick, and the day we had that protection order hearing, right before, like 30 minutes before court, y'all filed for a change of custody so you wouldn't have to go in that courtroom for the protection order. But did she say something about did she tell you 6 months?
So that's the part. That's the part right there. I just wanted to talk about this just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this part right here. But yeah, that's really what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Who would go? Come on, Lodge. Tell me who would go 60 days. 60 days without seeing their kid. And then the thing about it, it's not their word verbatim, but at the end, the judge had favored Martell according to what Martell put out. And Melanie said the same thing when it comes to the parenting of the children. And Melanie, she wanted to say the reason why the judge went ahead and favored him is because she didn't release her phone records. Now, you know good and well, come on, guys. You know good and well that it was not just about phone records. It had to been more to that, including all those different babysitters. No way in the world that the judge would give Martell full custody just because, you know, Melody didn't release the phone her phone number. It had to been more to that. I see Logic says no real mother would want to be away from their kids for 60 days. Absolutely. But this the thing about it, and I don't understand why these millimeters, those ones that's making these videos, why they don't see this. You know, they wants to put Martell and Ariane in jail, but the ditch that you try to dig for somebody else, it look like others are the ones that you wants to sit there and put on a pedestal. They are the ones that's falling. But because if you look at it this way, Melanie, she don't have a husband. Her children is in the same house under the same roof with the same woman that she told Martell on TV one episode that she did not want it Martell to be with. Pretty much Melanie was saying that Martell can be with any woman, but not that woman. But that's exactly where he's at. So if the judge would have saw all this stuff and they would say, "Oh, it looked like Martell is trying to, get at Melody," you think that he would have they or she would have said what she said? So it's a lot of stuff that, make you question, what did these people see, especially even Melody's attorney, when he said that it's unusual for a judge to ask for the passwords and ask for all that information, that personal information that's on her computer, her bank statements, and all this other stuff. Some of that stuff is unusual. So, quite obvious, it got to been a lot of underhanded stuff that was going on. And we talked about it. We talked about it many a times. So, and now that if Letitia go ahead and take over when it comes to that show, you guys might as well just go ahead and throw in the towel because it looked like everything that Melanie went ahead and put her hands on, everything that she built, it's like everybody else is just taking it away from her. Like I said, you got to be careful when you start digging ditches. You got to be careful, when it comes to, you know, revenge. You can't take it on your hand. You cannot. You cannot take it on your hand. So you got to be careful because you will build a house, you can furnish the house, but somebody else is going to walk straight through it. I see where Logical Speech says that the bloggers only push what garner their clicks. Absolutely, you're right. Hold on, let me pull it out. Their clicks and subscriptions, period, for YouTube check. The fans fall for everything Melanie says, lies and all gullible. Absolutely. But the thing about it is that they seen that Melanie pretty much from what we see looking from the outside in is falling apart because nobody really wants to film with her anymore. Letitia is letting you guys know that the show going to go on with or without Melody. The kids are pretty much, under the same roof of your worst nightmare, your karma, but you have to be careful what you put out. Just like Melody said. What Melody said. Melody said when they go low, she's gonna take it to hell. You got to be careful. Like I tell you guys all the time. There's power in the tongue. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You can't think that you going to put your mouth on people and you doing the same thing that they did to you. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And sooner or later, your true self is going to start showing because, if I was in the same boat that Melanie is in, nowhere in the world, that I would try to do anybody, try to get over nobody. If anything, I would be praying and, because you starting all these businesses and your children, your husband, everything is pretty much is just taken it away. Because like I say, you don't fight evil with evil. Logical Speak says one of the bloggers asked today, when is Melanie going to file charges on Martell and Ariane for the video? Never. Absolutely. And someone had asked me the same thing. Hold on, guys. Let me get some water. My throat is dry. Yeah. Someone had asked me the same thing. Say, Martell and Martell and Ariane, they going to jail for what? First of all, according to what's out there, the video was like 2 years ago. Now, I don't know if that's the same video that Martell had mentioned at the reunion when Carlos King had called Melody out when Martell was sitting there saying that he had a video recording of what Melody was doing to another man. So I don't know if that's the same video, but still of all, tell me how Martell is and Ariane is going to go to jail if they didn't release the video. It's only if they would have released that video, but they didn't release the video. And according to what was told to me, that the reason why Martell said that he was going to release that video because Mel, she kept putting stuff out on him, bad mouthing him on social media. And he pretty much was telling Melody, stop it. Stop trying to ruin my name. Stop trying to stop my businesses. Stop adding gas to the fire. And I'm saying allegedly, I don't know if that's those exact words, but he just pretty much had enough and was telling her, you ruining me. You ruining me, my business, my reputation. Stop it. So if you're gonna continue doing that, then I'm gonna release your video. So he was telling her to stop doing what she was doing. But telling the person and not acting on it is two different things. Oh, you guys, like I said, they're gonna keep beating that dead horse because just like my sister said, logical, because of financial gain, because they getting paid. So quite obvious, they're gonna give you what you want to hear. They're gonna tickle your ears, but in the court of law, that's not gonna fly. It's not gonna go nowhere. No judge is going to sit there and order nothing like that. Have this man in jail behind he say, she say, or what I'm going to do. We a lot of stuff that we say what we're gonna do, but it means nothing if you don't put action behind it. And there was no action at all. So, like I said, guys, all that's just smoke. They might as well just go ahead and let it go. It's like they trying their best to see Martell in jail. And like I said, we looking from the outside in. A lot of stuff that is I'm seeing right now, just like I was talking to a sister, we was she was commenting, is a lot of stuff that you guys just don't see, and the naked eyes is not going to be able to see. You have to have a very spirit of discernment to see a lot of stuff that's going on because when that show started off of a lie, and I'm gonna say allegedly, but it what made it all about the host infidelity from season one. Even Carlos King was shocked. He wasn't ready for Melanie to put that on the table. They all came together. They had their business meeting. Melanie, she went ahead and she threw that on the table. That her personal business shouldn't have never, it should have never been on the table. They should have been talking about the business. how they going to help their community, how they going to build, how they going to make that money. They could have done so good right there in little old Huntsville, and they still gonna do good with or without Mel. But they wanted to make it personally because one person wants to be the star. Like I said, you got to be careful what you ask for because much is given, much is required. So when you made it all about yourself, start talking about Martell's infidelity, you couldn't let it go, but yet, y'all guys was going season after season until the fans was saying enough. No way in the world that I can continue watching this show. These two couples been divorced for almost 3 years and they still sitting there at each other's throat. That doesn't make no sense at all. So, and now we seeing where Martell is still, pretty much sticking up for Melanie because he didn't have to say what he said when they was trying to get their little charity event together. So, like I said, even if, which I do think that Martell and Ariane, they gonna end up with each other. Most likely, he might propose to her. I don't know, but if my bet, I'm pretty sure that they would. But Ariane gonna wake up. Ariane is gonna wake up, and believe me, she have. I mean, she's still young. He's like 9 or 10 years older than her. Sooner or later, like I said, time passed by very fast. She gonna make him eat all the stuff that he did to her. And that's how I see it in the spirit. I see it in the spirit. And like I said, when you come on here, I rise very hard, for righteousness. But some of this stuff, man, to me is just becoming so questionable. Did they use their pain for gain? Because I was watching some of the throwbacks, some of the old videos of Love and Marriage in Huntsville when Martell and Melody, was getting ready to have their baby. I saw where when Martell was fixing up the baby crib and one of his friends had came by and he pretty much was done with Ariane and calling Ariane a peasant and really bad mouthing her because he thought that he had his family back together. They just couldn't stop dragging Ariane in the mix of their conversation. And that's why I say I understand how this girl should feel, which, in her little mind, she don't quite see the bigger picture because she's still in love. But sooner or later, Ariane is going to wake up. Because I also was watching a video and I dropped it, some of it this morning, where Martell was telling Ariane that they don't want you on the show. They pretty much don't want you on the show. And then Ariane was saying, she pretty much wasn't worrying about it. He's making that money, and she was not going to stop the bags. And the reason why, because he's taking care of her and her children. So she's not really worrying about it. So you also have to question: is Martell, loans I'm giving her, money, I can go ahead and shut her up. But like I said, all money is not good money because sooner or later she's going to realize the years and the time that she spent on this man. And if he does not put a ring on it, like I said, this girl, she looked like she's not going to be able to take it lightly. So you got to be careful how you treat people. You cannot say, I'm going to treat people like a doormat and expect them to just lie down and let you continue stepping on them. Sooner or later, it's just going to be like a balling pot. And we know how that is. They're going to exploit. Like I said, karma can be your worst nightmare. So you got to be careful, how you treat people because what goes around, it comes around. And there's a lot of stuff, guys. And I only could make a video to show you because I'm more of a visual person. Then, I can go ahead and explain myself. So if I can take the foolish things, like I said, and try to make these videos where it could come alive so you all can see the bigger picture behind all this, because you cannot think that people is not going to pull it apart when you put your life on display for the whole world to see. You can't tell people, to say what you want them to say or see what you want to see. That's what it's all about, airing out your business. Logic says Ariana is mad at him right now. Whenever she comes out spewing mess, she is mad at Martell. Is she out there saying anything? Because I didn't see any latest videos that she went ahead and put out besides the one when she had jumped on somebody else's platform. But I don't know, guys. Like I say, this right here, this is a big, huge mess, and you cannot come out and try to put yourself on a pedestal. Melanie calling Ariana concubine. Well, you allowed that to happen. You allowed to be the sister wife, even if you trying to give her that name to be sarcastic. But you and her was sharing each other. She was pretty much with your husband. She had full range of your house, calling him when she feel like calling him. I remember when Melanie was saying that Ariane called and asked to speak to Martell. She even said that she remember when Martell was crawling on the floor, trying to sneak, trying to sneak to talk to Ariane. So, like I said, you allowed that to go for like 6 or 7 years. So I would have never, if I was Melanie, I would have never even put my mouth on it, because you cannot call nobody slow, because not knowing that your husband was with another woman for 6 or 7 years. Come on, that's what I call slow. Logic says yes. Part of the three of her mess on OSNC is coming out. She's talking about Cherie is part three and Matt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that. I didn't see that. Oh, she's talking about the other reality show that's on. Oh, yeah, I can't watch another reality show. I got enough with Love and Marriage and Huntsville and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my God, that stuff gets in my spirit because I don't see it the way that you guys see it, man. I'm gonna call out all this stuff. 'Cause all it is to me is just a distraction. But I'm gonna have to see that. She said Ariane is talking about Sheree. She is talking about Sheree in part three and Mad. I didn't see that one. I know what she's talking about. She's talking about that's a blogger. You talking about this blogger that Ariane was on that call with, which I don't understand why Ariane went ahead and did that. Ariane, why don't you come on my channel? If you're gonna jump on all these channels, knowing that half of these people that you going on, all they doing is getting you to sit there and put your foot in your mouth. At least I can give you a platform where you can be able to tell your side of the story and people say they take it or leave it. I will be fair with you if you go ahead and give me a chance. She said no, she's a blogger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't see part two and three. I did see part one. I might go back and check it. But like I said, they just passes up my stuff, and I go ahead and give them a fair interview. But it is what it is, guys. I got about 10 more minutes, and after that, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. But it's a lot of stuff, man. But you never win when you play dirty, and we remember those same words comes from Nene Leakes. You don't win when you play dirty. What goes around come around, and when it comes back to you, you might not be able to handle it. So you got to be careful how you treat people. Definitely have to be careful. So I don't know if they just using her as a chess pawn. I don't know, but I just getting bad vibes about it. And one thing when it comes to my intuition, trust me, I be on the money. It most likely it'll always be right. And I can see right now is that all this right here was just for financial gain. It was not about And that's my intuition. That's my opinion. And like I said, we all have opinion at the end of the day. But I see that Ariane pretty much was caught in the middle of it because I also was watching that interview that she had did with Tasha K. I think it was like last year or 2 years when she was saying, that when she came to college, I think she was like 17 years old, and when she had met her boyfriend, who she had later had a child with, and after that, she was with Martell, and ever since with him. So I don't know. I don't know if he just played with her mind, her emotions, or whatever. But they all need therapy. I hope she's in therapy as well because this right here, this is a big mess. But God is watching. Somebody's watching. And you cannot win playing dirty. You can't think that you can get over people and it won't be any consequences or repercussions. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that because the person that you think is the bad person, God can turn it around, especially when the person that was done wrong is sitting there tying up God's hands by taking initiative and fighting evil with evil. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. So you have to be careful how you treat people. Logic says they all have been using her to boost the show, including Martell, Mel, and the bloggers. Absolutely, because notice every time when those ratings go down, it never fails. It's something going on with Ariane and Melody and Martell, or Ariane and some other type of beef. It always they got to pull this girl into their mix. So you keep pulling this girl in all this mess, then you might as well go ahead and add her to the show because you look at all those bloggers. Look at how when this girl comes on live on Instagram, it's like they got her notification on lockdown. The minute when she comes on live, they right there. They don't miss not one thing. So if they so invested in what she's saying, what's coming out of her mouth, then why not add her to the show? Because which sooner or later, just like I said, she's going to be on that show. You think that Carlos King is worrying about one monkey don't, like I said, if you don't want to film, you're not going to stop this show. You got to go just like the rest of them went. And I believe if Martell stayed in that relationship with Ariane, that Ariane is going to be on that show. But you see, what I thought that Tisha was going to be the one to bring Ariane on the show, which she might, because I still kind of, the jury is still out when it comes to this girl Carson Blue, because she just came out of nowhere, out of left field. First, she was Tisha's hairdresser. Then the minute when they showed her, she just flipped. She just turned script. Now all of a sudden she just riding for Mel. So I don't know if they just doing this because drama sells. And she already said, she knows how to bring up the drama. So if they are doing that just to get Ariane on that show, I don't know. But something is not right with that picture. Logical says that who knows, this could all be planned, including Ariane. She might getting paid for her input in social media. I think so. And like I said, guys, I have a spirit of discernment. Even though I take this foolish stuff right here, and I tell you guys every time on my video, because that's where our people at. Our people love stuff like this. Our people love drama. And I'm going to make another video and I'm gonna let you see when Martell had told Ariane that they don't want her to come on the show, and she was cool with it. Yeah, you got to make your money. We ain't gonna, and it's not exact words. Don't stop your bags. Because she know that she's being taken care of. So if she's being taken care of, she'll be on board with them because it's just too questionable. No way in the world, guys, that you can tell me that Martell Ariane and Melody, they didn't know about each other, and they allowed this to go for that long time. And the only reason, and I'm going to say allegedly, most likely when that divorce had happened, because they had aired their business out. They made it, a part of this reality show, and people was all in their business. And just to keep, people from questioning everything, they went ahead and they did what they did. But like I said, whether it's good news or bad news, it still sells. So I think, just like my sister Logical, and I think that, she and I, we pretty much be on one accord. All this right here is pre-planned. D- to me, and I'm going to say allegedly, it's all about financial gain. Because Melanie, she didn't have to go on social media to call out Ariane when her kids was with Ariane and Martell. But yet Melanie, she went and took it to social media to call her out, telling her to pull up, when all she had to do is just dial a phone. Ariane came out and she said that I'm with our 5 kids, knowing right there that's going to start these people talking. And we've been talking about that from day one. So all this right here, guys, this got to be already pre-planned. It got to be, because, like I said, they're getting paid, and drama sells. The love of money, guys, and I got about 4 more minutes. But when it comes to the love of money, shoot, the love of money is the root of all evil. Money will make you throw your own mom under the bus. So what makes you think that they, just doing all this long as they can come up? But I don't know. I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sell my soul like this. And they say, "Oh, well, let's just put the children in therapy." No way in the world I will put my children through all this right here. It's not worth it. Where everybody is picking apart your life. Everybody is a therapist. Social media is the attorneys, everything. I just couldn't live my life like this. And you can see that they can't even handle it. You're absolutely right. Our people love drama. It's sad. The, and that's why I tell you guys all the time, they know exactly what makes us move, what makes us tick. They know long as they keep us distracted, they can work overtime on us. We going into a recession right now, but we gonna wait till we start feeling it. Then we gonna start complaining about it, instead of sitting there doing something to go ahead and stop it, because we so busy worrying about the stuff that's going on in these reality shows. Make it make sense, guys. It don't make sense at all. But this right here, trust me, one thing about me, I can take the foolish things of this world, and I can see straight through all this right here. I can see straight through it. And sooner or later, the sheets going to be ripped, and they going to be exposed. And people going to see that all this stuff right here wasn't nothing but a cheap trick. False evidence appeared to be real. That's all it was. Because the truth going to find its way back home, slowly but surely. And they all got to be in cahoots together with this, because they made it all about themselves. It don't make sense. It doesn't add up. And you wondering why the ratings are going down. The ratings are going down because people confused. People not even talking about what's going on that show. They talking about all the drama that is happening on social media. That's where the drama at. We don't even need to watch the show. Why would we watch the show when we can go on social media and watch the drama? Watch them going back and forth with each other. So they might as well go ahead and give them some type of spin-off, because that's the only way that one of them gonna be able to last on that show. You got to face your demons. Lodge says fans are going to be pee when they realize they have been used. Yeah, absolutely. And see, in here we speak truth. We speak truth. We ain't gonna sit there and give you none of this watered down stuff. We gonna call it just like we see it. He that have an ear, let him hear. Now I understand exactly what that means. Because these people got ears and they can't hear. They got eyes and they cannot see. They call apples oranges. They call a lie true. Like I say, they call good evil and evil good. They wouldn't know the truth if the truth come and bit them in their face because they so busy running after this lie. But the truth going to find its way back home. They will be exposed because their world is falling apart. It is starting to unravel. All this stuff is starting to unravel right now. So you cannot say these people are winning. These people is not winning. These people are losing because they got the Scots. The Scots got their business. It's called the Scots. That means the Scots and the Holts. And that money is going trickling down to the Scots family. It's not going into the Holtz family, but the Scots and the Holtz was the one that got the business together. But Letitia and Martha, they brought the Holtz out. So now they got the business. Ariane, if she married Martell, she's gonna be with the children. The show that Melanie and Martell pitch to call us king. Now it look like it's gonna fall into the Scott's lap, just like the business fell in the Scott's lap. So, guys, instead of you guys out there trying to fight evil with evil, you guys should be praying that Melody can keep her show. She couldn't keep the business. She barely on a string keeping her children. And guys, this is not this real talk. This is the business that these people put out. So ain't nobody can get mad but the devil. Nobody can get mad with the devil. This is true. Their world is pretty much crumbling down. And this can't get no real than this, guy. This is real talk. So it's best for you guys to sit there and stop trying to hate on people. You guys, I just don't understand. You think that Letitia was going to allow Melanie and her millimeters to sit there and tear her down, make her feel like she was stupid, calling her slow. How can you call somebody stupid and slow that have an MBA? How can you call somebody stupid and slow that got the business that you and your husband had helped put together? Now, like I said, the show might be in their hands as well. So, like I said, when it comes to favor, favor ain't fair, okay? Lodge says the lies feel better to them than the truth, but it's coming, it's beating them in the face. They think Melanie is a saint, admired her, and it will take a minute before they can accept the truth. If the fans ever accept the truth, absolutely. But like I said, ain't nobody hate no Melanie. You aired out, you are free game. We only calling what we see. And when I saw that flag called the Scopes, Letitia's them business, their businesses, because they got more than one location. I think I saw at least 4 locations spread it out. But that flag, when that flag was blowing, it had the host's name on it as well. And now look like we might see that show that Melody and Martell pitch sitting right there in the Scott's lap because it's the way that you went about it. You guys know that was foul. And the thing about it is that you guys do not let Mel take accountability. Y'all don't she just don't take accountability of nothing that she do. I don't give a care if you sitting there, you got a fan. It's just like your child. You're not gonna keep letting your child sit there and keep rebelling against you without disciplining them or telling them correction or you know. You guys allow Mel to just keep hitting a brick wall. It's not working for Mel, guys. It's not working for Mel, and it is not that I'm being mean. I'm not being mean. It's what it is. It's already out there. It's already out there. And at that reunion, I was wondering myself, the last reunion that they had, I was saying they end with Mel's attacking Letitia's marriage when they had said that Mel said that she didn't do it, was trying to get a woman on the show that was allegedly sleeping with Martell, not Martell, Marcel. And when they found that wasn't true, then Mel ended up befriending Tisha's cousin, Kiki. And if y'all didn't think that that was wrong, Mel was going after Kiki, going after Tisha's marriage, and y'all didn't see where that was wrong, there's something wrong with you guys. Mel even went after Letitia's marriage over some rumors that was floating on YouTube. Because when Letitia asked her, Letitia said, "Where you got all that information? You want me to leave my husband over some information that you got off of YouTube?" Mel was trying her best to make Letitia leave her husband. Why? Did Mel wanted Marcel? Because they did. I think Letitia had brought it up to her, but miserable love company. Lodge says that Melanie has her fans under her control. If she likes someone, they like them. If Mel dislikes someone, they dislike them. Melanie treat Tisha and Destiny nasty, so her fans treated them nasty. And they need to just go ahead and bring Destiny back, because I know they went ahead and got rid of Destiny because she had said that she know where the bodies are hidden. So they didn't want her to come out and tell the truth. They couldn't get another person to go against Mel because they was protecting her. So, they pretty much went ahead and let her go. And they brought in Stormy and her husband. But Stormy ended up turning on her. Stormy couldn't take Melody anymore. So quite obvious what Martell was saying, is pretty much was right. Sooner or later they'll find out. But they need to just go ahead and bring Destiny back on. And I heard where Miss Wanda was saying that she's filming, but they're not airing it. Miss Wanda was part of the show. To me, she was. She was the one that kept those ratings up, because whether you like it or not, she was very interesting. Miss Wanda brought the drama. So I don't know. But guys, like I said, it is what it is. Did I read this? She said our fans do not think of themselves. Melanie think of them, and they align with whomever Melanie says. Total manipulation and control of her fans. They are all followers. But like I said, everything got to come to an end. Everything must come to an end. And as you can see, it's coming to the end, because everything that Melanie had put her hands on, everything pretty much is falling into the Scott's lap. Is falling into Tisha's lap, because how she tried to ruin Tisha's marriage. And I know you guys probably be burning up, but it is right. It's true. It's true. I can go ahead and make a video so you can see it. That's why you have to be careful. You can't try to run after all this stuff that's only a temporary fix. Sometimes it looks like the grass is green on the other side. And you go on the other side, leaving your family, your children, your home, leaving your life. Somebody else say, "Oh, you looking at it as trash." To them, it's like treasure. So you can't say that no one or Ariane, she wanted your life. She might have wanted your life, but you handed to her on a silver platter, because you said you gave your husband to her. Like I said, words are powerful. You have to be careful what you speak. You saying you want to play on the devil's playground, then you got to pay. And he's coming to collect. And if you ain't got nothing to give him, he gonna have you to fall flat on your face. He gonna bring you to open shame. That's why you have to be careful. What good it is to gain the whole world and lose your soul. Running after this temporary fix, leaving your family, leaving you everything that just for fame, chasing fame. Come on, guys, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, guys. I did an hour. Most likely I might come on tomorrow and give you guys my review of Love and Marriage in Huntsville. Let you know how everything came out, and also make sure you check my videos out. Uh, I'm playing this little game, guys. I have to do what I have to do because, like I said, even though this might be my channel, but we don't own the house. So if we don't own the house, we got to abide by these people rules. And then we got a bunch of haters when they don't like how you talk, want to come after your channel. And I mean, let me tell you what happened. Cause I already done cleaned my channel. So guys, y'all can try to come after my channel all you want. My channel was already down. So everything I got now is legit. But I had my son's birthday. I and it was, I guess it was some music, but that was like 2 or 3 years that video been on this channel. I kept that video up. Don't you know somebody must have tried to strike my channel, and YouTube, when you complain about a channel, they'll comb through it to see if you got anything, that's not lining up with their policies. And I had like a little music on there, but now we can play music. So all I had to do is just license it. So don't even try to tackle nobody's channel anymore. Okay. I know exactly how to run my channel now. I had to learn the hard way, but even when I got scammed, trying to get other bloggers to help me to get my channel back. So I know the ins and outs. So if you don't like what is saying on this channel, like I said, my channel is not for everybody. Then you go to somewhere where you're going to hear what you want to hear. But in here, like I said, I'm going to call it just like I said. I'm team right. If Martell do anything, I'm gonna call Martell out. If Ariane do anything, I'm gonna call Ariane out. But like I said, when it comes to Ariane, I just think that she's caught up in the middle. I think that these people sitting there, they using their pain for gain. I think she was caught up in it. But what goes around come around. If you using her just to go and make bank, then no good is gonna come out of it. So, guys, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. You all have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out. And thank you, Logical, and thank you, Starbucks, for coming on. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you for commenting, Star and Logic. And guys, if you're just coming on, make sure you share these videos, for more unapologetic content.